Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady and I hope you have absolutely fabulous day. In today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how to create a bodice gift bag. If you like it, I really hope you'll feel inspired and craft along with me or create your own shaped gift bag. For today's project, I'm going to use a free gift from Simply Cards and Papercraft issue 242. In the magazine you can find the tutorial how to create this bag, but I'm going to show you step by step so it's easier to follow. The magazine also comes with beautiful blossoms and this set is incredible. It has beautiful cardstock where you can use it for cut bases, but also a template with beautiful flowers and leaves you can use to create your foam flowers, and I do encourage you to use this set because it's absolutely fabulous. The stamp set collection here is perfect for lots of different occasions and you can stamp it on any project you want. It also comes with a tool to shape your flowers and few foams to create your leaves and beautiful flowers, and this is perfect to create any project you want. I don't remember any of the magazine all about foam flowers, so I'm so happy this one is all about them. I'm going to use a free design paper from Marta Dębicka that you can find on her Facebook group, and all the links are in the description down below, so yes, you can check them out. I decided to use that design paper because I wanted to create something beautiful. I use my ScanNCut machine and I cut all those elements that come in SVG file that you can find on Craftworld. As you can see, I also use some pencil marks to mark exactly where all the pieces will go. So when you open that SVG file, or PDF if you prefer, then you've got some letters and numbers, and that will help you how to assemble all those pieces together. So if you don't have ScanNCut machine or Cricut, you can use that PDF and cut all those elements with your scissors, and that will be perfect as well. As you can see, I'm using my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, to put all those elements together, because you do have time to maneuver all those elements, but the only downside is that you have to hold the pieces for a couple of moments, and that was the trickiest part of this gift bag. But to be honest, in the end I was very happy with the result. So if you want to create this bag, I do encourage you just to be patient with your glue and hold it for a couple of seconds just to make sure it is set before you can move on to the next step. And what's really good about liquid glue, if you don't get it right straight away, you can always fix it, and that is perfect. I don't encourage you to use red liner tape. I think that would be too quick for this gift bag. Now I'm going to use the front panel and I'm going to attach those caps. It is super simple here, but if you miss any of those notches, you can always turn it over and add a few more drops of liquid glue, and I do encourage you to do so. If you're brave enough, you can also use hot glue gun, but in this case I thought that would be too risky. I didn't want to burn my fingers, so I decided to use liquid glue. Have you ever created a shaped gift bag? If you haven't, I really hope this video will encourage you to do so. And as I said, this is a free SVG file that you can find on Craftworld, and I left the link in the description down below. So as you can see, the front of our bag is nearly ready. It's always a good idea to clean your surface before you move on to the next step. Now we're going to attach the back, and here it took me even a few more longer moments because that glue really needs to set before you move on to the next notch. So be patient, but it is worth it. Trust me, I was so happy with the result. The whole bag altogether took me about an hour and 20 minutes, and I think that would be a perfect gift for hen do or hen party. If you agree with me, please let me know in the comments down below. So if you have created any shaped gift bag, did you use some cutting dies or maybe use something different? Please let me know in the comments down below so I can try it out. As you can see, I'm trying really hard just to push those notches together and hold them for a couple of seconds. And this is the key if you want your bag to work. I use my ScanNCut machine and I used that card from LIDL. It is heavy cardstock, which is like 270 GSM, and I do encourage you to use heavier or more GSM cardstock for your base, for your bag, because it is crucial, because we want this bag to last for a couple of months or maybe years if possible. And this bag, in the end, it turned out pretty big. To be honest, when I put that SVG file on my canvas workspace, I wasn't very sure how big it's going to be, but in the end it is 9.5 inches by 7 inches, and you can fit a lot of stuff inside. As you can see, I'm using my chopstick just to make sure I can hold all those notches together, and all those pieces will be attached with that glue. So the front and the back are ready. Now it is time to put the bottom of the bag, and I did it off camera so you don't have to watch me how to put it together. So the bottom is ready. You can't see any notches, but we have to cover them inside. So there is one more layer, and we really want this bag to look really beautifully finished, right? Like professionally finished. So when this is ready, then you have to decide how do you want to decorate your bag. And at this point, as I showed you earlier, I'm going to use free design paper from Marta Dębicka that you can find it on her Facebook group. And I left the link in the description down below. Marta has lots of amazing design papers you can use for a variety of projects. So if you haven't seen any of her design papers, go and join our Facebook group because you can see so many beautiful projects other crafters are creating. If you haven't seen my video from yesterday with shade Easter Bunny cards, check the link at the top right corner. I will also link it at the very end of this video, so if you missed it, you can always check it out. As you can see, now this bag comes together very quickly. So the only trouble was how to put it together with liquid glue, especially the base. But when this is done, then you can decorate it the way you want. And with those elements here, I also use my pencil and I put the letters and numbers on the back. So this way I know exactly where to put them. So what do you think about this project? Have you ever created anything like this before? If you haven't, I do encourage you to try it because it was so much fun to create. And to be honest, I always wanted to have ScanNCut machine. I saved money for a couple of years just to get it, and now I think it was the best decision in my life because I can create so many different projects in no time. So whatever I want to create, I just use my ScanNCut machine, and shaped cards and shaped gift bags come in no time. It is time to decorate the very front of the bag, and again I'm going to use my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, because you do have time to maneuver all those elements. And if you're interested in any of the products I use in today's video, you can check the description down below because I left the links and also some names. And if you do want to get your ScanNCut machine, I left the links as well. So when this is ready, at this point I thought I really like it, but is there a way I can make it even more special? And of course there is always a way you can do it. So I do encourage you to have a look at your stash and decide what you want to do. So I took the beautiful blossoms from the magazine and we're going to create foam flowers. As you can see, I've got my hot iron on the left, and first I'm going to create some yellow flowers so they will match exactly the flowers on my design paper from Marta Dębicka. Using my pencil and using that stencil here, I'm drawing the flower. Now it is time to fold it, and I think at this point I really wanted to save time, but I didn't in the end. So I folded it 6 times and it was a little bit too thick. So if you want to use that foam I do encourage you to maybe cut 3 flowers at the same time. 6 was a little bit too much for this foam because it is slightly thicker than normal for Miron foam for flowers. So just maybe use 2 or 3 layers. But if you use your cutting dice, maybe you can get away with 4 layers. I'm not really sure because I just use scissors here. So as you can see, I'm just cutting the shape of the flower. It does not have to be perfect because we are going to heat it with the iron, and I'm going to show you step by step how to do it. If you haven't seen my video with baby boy shadow box project, the link is at the top right corner, where I created some foam flowers as well, so you can check it out. Now it is time to heat set it. I'm not touching the iron at all. I'm using my chopstick and that tool to shape the flower. As it is pretty warm but not hot, you do have time to shape all the petals, and that what makes your flowers even more organic and special. Now, with the next one, I'm going to create a different shape. So I do encourage you to experiment with that foam. Use the tool to shape the petals individually. You can always stretch them, but here I'm just rolling them, and I will have totally different effect. This video here is sped up 4 times. So it means on the iron it is about 5 seconds to heat up. So don't worry if you can see this is too quick here. In real life, it is slightly longer. So when I'm ready with all those flowers, it will be time to actually create a few more. Because I thought in the end, I really want to have 3 flowers, and all of them will have 3 layers. And that was the whole point for this flower. And to be honest, I was so surprised when I saw Simply Cards and Papercraft magazine issue 242 with that foam flower. I absolutely love it. And the whole magazine is all about foam flowers. It is so cool. If you have never ever tried that technique, please use it. This is a very great taster kit. Please try it, and you'll be amazed how beautiful your flowers can be, and you can create them any size you want. My only tip is to have 2 or 3 layers for each flower. Now we're going to create some leaves, and I'm going to use my scissors, fold the foam, and then cut the shape. As easy as it is. If you know me, I absolutely love distressing everything I can. So at that point, I thought I need to add a little bit more color to all my flowers, but also leaves. So I'm going to use my 2 distress oxide inks, and I'm going to color them in later on. But first, we're going to put the petals together, and I'll show you my trick. So as you can see, I've got my distress oxide ink and dye tea color, but also Lucky Clover for the leaves, and that tiny bit of color on both sides really makes a difference. So whenever you create your flowers, you can use chalk pastels, soft pastels, any inks that you want. You can also use some baby wipe with pastels if you want, but my favorite tip is to use my ink blending tool and distress oxide inks. And I really try hard not to put the ink on my fingers, but I always end up with a little bit inky fingers. I don't mind at all. Have you ever created foam flowers for your project? If you have, what was your favorite color combo for your project? Please let me know in the comments down below. It is time to add a little bit more color on more petals, and trust me, if you do it both sides, that really makes a difference, because when we put the petals together, we're going to see the front and the back panels, and this is very crucial if you want your project to look professionally finished. And with the leaves, there is not much contrast with that green, but in the end it looks more organic. So I do encourage you to add that color. It can be even lighter or darker. Now I'm going to use some stamens from Crafter's Companion. As you can see, there is a tiny wire around them, so I'm going to use it to help me to put them through all those petals. So I'm going to use my pokey tool. I'm going to make a hole on 3 layers here, exactly in the middle. And now it is time to put the stamens together. I choose 4 to 5 at the same time, put a wire exactly in the middle, wrap it, then fold it in half, and we're going to put it through our hole we created. As simple as it is. So when this is ready and when I'm happy with the shape, I'm going to use my hot glue gun. But first you have to remove that wire and be careful because you don't want to burn your fingers. When this is ready, I'm going to put it aside to melt. Oh, sorry. Oh, maybe cool down. Yes. Now I'm going to create another hole in 3 other layers, put some stamens, and the flower will be complete. But as you can see, this shape will be slightly different. And that's exactly what I like about foam flowers. Every single one is totally unique. So if you have never ever tried them, I do encourage you to do it. And whenever I create them, I usually spend just one day making lots of different flowers, and I keep them safe for future projects. So I create them in all the colors possible. So then when I need some blue flowers, I've got them on hand. The same with pink, orange, and any other colors. If you've seen my other videos with some foam flowers, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So when these 3 flowers are ready, they really have to cool down on the side. So in the meantime, we can create another element for our bag. And in this case, I'm going to create the straps for the bag. I really like it how it looked in the magazine, so I thought let's do it the same way. As you can see, I've got that blue cut and also the strips with that beautiful design paper from Marta Dębicka. So when this is ready, I'm going to use my hot glue gun to put all the elements on a gift bag. As you can see, this video is pretty long, but I do think it is worth watching because you can learn so much in it. So now it is time to cut the excess of the thread here, and this is crucial because we want those flowers to be adhered on the project. We don't want the thread to be visible. So now, as you can see, I've got the bag, and it's always a good idea to actually curve your stripes first before you attach them. So we need a tiny bit of hot glue, and then you can attach them. As you can see, I started with the front first, and then I moved on to the back. I think this is the best way to do it. As you can see, at the back, there are also some holes. So I'm going to fill them in with some ribbon from my stash later on because I really want this bag to be beautiful, and as I told you, I think it would be perfect gift for hen party. Have you ever been to a hen party? Did you give anything to bride-to-be? If you have, please let me know in the comments what did you give her. And now it is time to put the flowers on our gift bag, and the project will be nearly completed. All we have to do is to add a little bit of bling, because why not, right? Every single woman loves a little bit of sparkle. So at this point I thought the whole color palette here is blue and yellow, so why not add a little bit of blue gems here? If you agree with me that that is the best color combo, please let me know in the comments down below. So I'm going to add that gems here, all the blue ones, at the front of the bag, and it will be time to add one more extra detail to our bag, and we are going to decorate the back with yellow ribbon. So I'm going to thread it. Simple, it is super simple, but I do encourage you to have a little bit of low tack tape at the ends, and then it is so much easier to thread it, and the whole bag is complete. What do you think about this? Would you like to give it a go? I really hope you will, because it was so much fun to create. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really hope you enjoyed this video and stay tuned for more. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting! Bye!